Hey, Andrew, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How's the day so far?
That's good to hear. Yeah. I'm actually here. I'm at work.
Oh,
As you may see, there are a lot of guitar cases.
so
I'm
you,
working in a music shop.
wow, that's awesome, man. It's so amazing.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, Andrew. So, Andrew, on November 26th, you put up your debut album, Blessed by the Light of a Thousand Stars. So, can you tell me
Yes.
a bit about the songwriting and production behind this album?
Of course. Um, I think I have to go back a bit in time to explain it exactly how it all came together because we servant um, the first ideas for servant weren't actually the ideas for servant. There were the ideas for my former band that I had in the 90s.
Mhm.
It was also a black metal band called Ancient War Gods, and it was we split up in 98, I think, and we had like a kind of the idea for a
Mhm.
reunion, and yeah, but that never happened. So I started to compose a couple of song ideas,
Mhm.
um, so to speak. But yeah, and that all didn't come together. So I kept all the ideas on my hard drive, and Samael, the our second guitar player, and he's also responsible for the lyrics on that album. He visited me in, I think, 2007, 8, and we listened to these song ideas, and we felt that it's good material, but we didn't know in that time to what to do with it. Like, okay, I left it there, and we met again a few years later,
Mhm.
and we listened again to the songs, and he said like, hey man, we should do some more with that. So, or would you leave it on your hard disk? And I said like, no, let's do something. And he started to write lyrics, so was responsible for the composing stuff and all the music, and he was responsible for the lyric part. And so that was like in 2015, and we started always, I mean, we started to write new material and new songs with lift up that we had in that time, because we loved that stuff. And I was like, in my 90s mood,
Mhm.
when I was a little boy, and I loved that stuff so much and so bad. Um, and and it all came back a bit. I mean, it was more like a kind of nostalgia,
Mhm.
and I really enjoyed these moments, and uh, all that stuff that reminded me for the good times in the 90s, that we had all this, yeah, all the scene stuff and all this, yeah, cool things that people used to do when they are like 17, 18 years
Yeah,
old. I mean, that's what it
amazing.
was. So and then we took that vibe and just wanted to put it more into songs we like. I mean, to have the energy transported, and a good sound, that because also the sound is for me a very important thing in music, because I want to listen closely to music and to have the details in this record, um to be there, not only like to have it somewhere when you have a bunch of big wall of instruments, and you cannot figure out what the hell are they doing there. So to transport the emotions, I wanted to have a record that is, to me, uh, a mixture between the attitude that I still love and still have, that I had in the 90s as a little teeny, but still, yeah, still to have good songs with details, in a nice picture, when you know what I mean, in a nice picture, a sound picture, to be kept. So yeah, and when we were finished with doing the songwriting, that was like in 2018 or 19, I'm not sure. It took a long time because we had a couple of different bands in that time, so we had to work a lot of stuff, and we took always the time that it needed to um, to work on that material, and still to leave it there for a while and listen again to it. And yeah, and in 2018 and 19 or 19, it was Apophis, our drummer, and Thanatos, the bass player. We asked them to be a part of it because we wanted to have a band, not like a project. So Servant is a band. It's a real band, you know. It's not like, yeah, we just wanted to record this record, and yeah, okay, it was nice, so let's leave it there, and whenever maybe we will record another album. No, this is not like that. So we started to record the drums. So I recorded all the stuff by myself because I used to have a small, like a home studio. I think like nearly everybody does have a home studio nowadays. So but I recorded the drums, the real drums, with Apophis, and it all the energy and all the groove and all the feelings get much more alive on this record when he stepped into the production. And it felt so right and so good that yeah, we recorded the bass, and I recorded all the guitars again. It was so but and then we managed it, like, to fix the record in 3-4 months of production, and that's all. So that was that is what is Servant right now. So we are like 4 individuals that used to play the songs as a real band and not like just like a project. So yeah, so we came together. Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And was there any concept set behind this 9-track album?
Oh, I wouldn't say that there is a concept. I would say more like it is lyrically. We would have to ask Samuel, because he's better in these things. But I can tell that it is a huge mixture, because all these songs, some songs were written like 14 years ago, like 3 of the songs, and then other songs came later. So we have also a lot of lyrical themes on this album that are pretty different from each other. I mean, we have like occultism, modern Satanism, and we have also like a different kind of things. I mean, that is concerning everybody on this planet, like things that happen in days. So we have one thing is like 1 or 2 guys of us had personal struggles like in that time, so we had a lot of, it was more like an emotional explosion and we put it down in lyrics. So it's also yeah, different themes lyric wise, but also considering the music, I think I think it's there is no concept as a concept, but it is us, that what we are. So it's like a mirror of that what person we are. So I want to have it um authentic. That's the right word, I think. You know, that we can discover all our feelings and that stuff that we are interested to, or not only that, that is like struggles and positive and negative things that happens in life. We put it into the music and also into the lyrics. So that is, I think, a huge part of it too.
Wonderful.
Not a concept, but it's yeah, um it's like a huge mirror of all of us,
Wonderful.
mostly Samuel and me, because we did the songwriting. But
Yeah.
I would say, um, considering the interpretation of performance of the performing part, of course, all individuals in this band had their part. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Awesome. And talking about the cover art of the album is something fascinating. So can you tell me a
Yes.
bit about the making of this cover art and how does it resemble the songs of this album?
Yeah. The cover is made by Kamerzit. He's a real fantastic artist, and we had, as you can see, the 7 chakras
Yes.
and the Ouroboros. So it's a part of eternity. It's like, and we wanted to have things can be seen positive or negative. So, and that is the thing that I told you before, like struggling and things that are happening in your mind and in your body. And we wanted to have pieces from all these things that are making this album to this album, to have it on a cover. So we asked Karmazit for drawing us a cover, and he said like, yeah, what is the idea? And we told him then that it's all the ideas, and also the title of that album. And yeah, it was, he came, I mean, he came along with this cover, I think after a month
Mhm.
or something like that. And we were just stoked, like, whoa, this is it. This is the cover, because we had so much ideas. I mean, of course, there you can put symbols in it and all that stuff, but we didn't want to have like a symbolic thing. I mean, we have symbolic themes, like religious themes and also esoteric themes, yes, on that album, as you can see on the cover. So it already tells everything of it. And but still to have to have yeah, I can say a positive vibe. It should have a positive vibe. And yeah, and that's how this cover came together. It was like we were searching for a good artist, and we finally found him.
Wonderful.
So we are, yeah, pretty happy with it.
Wonderful, wonderful, Andrew. And Andrew, this nice 9-track album is totally amazingly done, beautifully crafted, and precision in each part in the music. Great job from you guys. So, how as a
Thank you.
band, and how as a band do you guys feel about the outcome of this album?
Oh yeah, it's so hard to say, because as a band you are always too close to your product, to your music. So that's kind of, I mean, I cannot listen to the songs like a consumer. When I listen to albums and songs of other artists, I really enjoy it and I turn it loud. And but when it comes to Servant, it's like it's a huge part of myself. So when I'm listening to it, I have, of course, always some small details where I think like, this is like, you should have done it like this, or changed maybe this or that. But but we are pretty satisfied with it. And it's for us as a band, it is like right now in this moment, and not in this moment, but like maybe later, 2 hours later, we are working on our live performance. We want to keep the music into a picture, into a real show, but also to have the music transported. And so right now we are how to speak, we are figuring out the songs again, and and we finally have another feeling to it that we had like 2 years before. And so a lot of energy is surrounding us right now, and we are enjoying the songs, but we are also writing on new songs right now. So we're rehearsing the stuff and still writing new material. Wonderful. To be released sooner than like this time. We won't take like more than maybe 1 or 2 years to release new stuff, hopefully. Not 5 or 14 years.
Absolutely. And how was the touring plans coming out for you guys this year or early next year?
Yeah, I mean, this is still a huge question, because it's still a huge problem, because we still have the pandemic, and especially here in Germany, it's hard to say when a band can have the opportunity to play live. We have the huge problem that you can fix a show, you can book a show, and maybe in 2 or 3 weeks all changed. So we haven't played yet. So this band never played live before, but of course we have plans for the upcoming year, 2022, to play a couple of live shows. So there are already some requests, and of course you want to play, because it's, as I told before, we are a live band. We want to play live. So there are a couple of shows like booked, but we are not sure that this is gonna happen. But there are plans for next year, but it's still in Germany or surrounding.
Wonderful. And will you be going with corpse paints when you go on a show, or that's how it's gonna be?
Of course we will go. Of course, the makeup thing is a huge part of it. I mean, in the 90s, it was to me it was pretty special, because when I wear my makeup, it is also a huge enhancement for me. It gives me power, and I totally have the focus on that, what I'm doing, maybe the next 45 minutes or 1 hour that we are on stage. So it is a part of the whole thing to me, and it gives me, considering to the performance, it gives me so much. It gives me so much personality and all that stuff that I need to transport the songs. So for us, of course, all we will go on stage with makeup. Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, it is a part of it.
Absolutely. And who are the biggest inspirations for you to get into black metal?
Oh, oh, for, for that I also have to go back a bit in time. Not a bit. I mean, like 6 years, 27. So of course it was the huge black metal wave from Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Like all of us, we played in bands before. I started my first band in 91. It was like a school band with schoolmates, and none of us could tune the guitar, and we were pretty bad. But still, we loved to make noise, and we were listening to stuff like, Morbid Angel or all this death metal stuff, and we really enjoyed it and loved it so much. And I think it was like in 93. Yes, it was 93. Yes, of course it was. Yes, I can remember exactly. A good friend of mine, and a good friend of mine came over with some new records, as he told, and we've been listening to, of course, Mayhem, Darkthrone, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we felt like, man, that's the shit. You know, it was like something totally new. It was kind of, because we were all searching for something else, because we were listening to this death metal stuff like for a couple of years then, and that stuff came right in time. So it was like kind of punk mixed with thrash metal, with a real dark attitude, but still I felt like positive attitude. It was a mixture between so many emotions, and I was totally into that. So of course, we, like all the other bands, we changed the styles. So we started to play black metal. We said like, okay, now we are a black metal band. Kind of stupid today's, maybe. I mean, because what is black metal, what is not black metal? I mean, it's like, it's not just a music style. It's like a message. It's like doing what you want to do. That is my interpretation for black metal. I mean, I can do whatever I want, because if I want to play keyboards, I will play keyboards. If I want to scream, I will scream. If I want to yell, I will yell. I don't care. And if you go back in these days, when all these bands came up, I mean, like, none of these bands sounded exactly the same like another one of them. I mean, Mayhem totally sounded different to Darkthrone, and that's because they did what they wanted to do, and that is what I really enjoyed a lot, because that was like a kind of rebellion, of true rebellion. So I think I kept a lot of things in that time, so it inspired me until today a lot. So these bands, and of course all the thrash metal stuff in the 80s, and also like all this that the Osprey stuff. I mean, I also listened to Skid Row and that stuff. I really enjoyed that too. So there were the big influences. I mean, like, for everybody. I mean, Slayer, of course, Venom also. How I enjoyed this Welcome to Hell. I mean, this was like, when I listened to that first time, this was for me like punk beats Motorhead, whatever. But it was like, it was also like a rebellion stuff. So I I think that these bands were, of course, not only for me, like for a bunch of people, a huge influence. So yeah, but they all sounded different, and I think nowadays everybody will put a huge part of his own personality into it, so it can grow, it can be something else, but
Yeah.
still is maybe for a few listeners, or for maybe for the most listeners, they will say, oh, okay, maybe this sounds like this and this is a bit like that. But I think for an artist, it's always a huge part of no, it's not just a huge part. I mean, it's him, what the people are listening to, and it's um of course the influences, but it's still this individual. It's not like some other is playing it and just he stand there and somebody's making photos of from him. So you know what I mean. So yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah, that's it.
Nice, nice, Andrew. And what would be some of the next plans Seven has ahead?
Yeah, of course we have plans. The first plan, the most important plan, is to play live. We want to play live. That is a huge thing to us, because now we have like Servant is like um yeah, we are a real band, and we want to do that what bands used to do, them to go on tour and play live. But still, as I told before, we are working on new material already, and of course, as soon as possible, we want to release new stuff. And yeah, that these are the plans. So I think we should do this all sooner than later. So so making new songs, making new records, to play the live shows, that will be the focus for, I think, the next 1-2 years. Yeah,
Wonderful,
these are the
wonderful,
plans.
wonderful. And
Yeah.
what would be the dreams for the band?
Sorry.
What would be the dreams for the band?
The dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be the dream. I think this would be the dream for the band. I mean, we are not like um we are not hoping to be the next whatever. We just want to play live. We want to enjoy the music and the moments, and especially the moments as an artist on a stage with the audience. You
Wonderful,
know,
wonderful,
that's a great thing to us.
wonderful. Can Seven be the most evilest band in the world in the future?
Of course, we can be the most evil band. Um, I there's one thing. I mean, what is evil and what is not evil? People always used to have the picture of the plus and the minus. You know, always are searching for the opposite. Um, I I I think we're maybe not the most evil band, but we will want to transport um, our message and our music to the audience. So if people think that we are evil, yes. If they think we are not, yes. I don't care, you know.
That's awesome, awesome. And talking about the songwriting for Servant, are you going to stick with the satanic and all those black roots, or are you going to expand into much more into the songwriting process?
I think that we will, because the all the occult stuff and all these famous religions will be always a part of Servant, I think, because it is a huge part to all of us. And but still, of course, we will um we need to go steps, to make steps forward, not just to be on that level and all just one team, and not. So we are an open band, open-minded. We want to grow and to discover a lot of themes, a lot of things that are important to us. But I can tell that Servant is a black metal band, and we will stay a black metal band. So yeah, that's the thing.
That's wonderful, Ander. And Ander, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans and for the people who are new to Servant?
Well, keep your ears and eyes open. That is a huge thing, because we really had, like, because it's a young band, so maybe not much people have noticed it, but a couple of people already, and I want to thank for all the support that they gave us, because of course it's not naturally. And yeah, keep your eyes and ears open, because we will be, soon as it's possible, we will be on stage, and we will have new material. We will doing some new videos and all that stuff. So just keep tuned, keep on tune. That's what I would say. And of course, thank you a lot for the opportunity for this nice chat with you, man.
My pleasure, Ander. It's my pleasure. And I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you today. It's a real pleasure to have you. And thanks for the amazing album that you guys put out. It's totally amazing. And I really enjoyed these 9 tracks, are totally flabbergasting. Thanks for that. And I wish you guys all the best. Hope to see you guys on the road soon. And take care of yourself.
We will. You too, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.